Today we're out here on Lake Erie with the DJI Action 6 in an attempt to catch the infamous Lake Erie walleye. But if you're somebody that's on the fence about purchasing the DJI Action 6, this video is for you. I may not actually be able to catch a fish today, but I'm gonna go over all of my favorite features of the DJI Action 6 after owning it for 6 months now. And I'm going to answer the question at the end of this video, would I still purchase this camera today, even with its current competitors? Everything in this video is going to be shot on the DJI Action 6, and if it's not, I'll leave a little note in the bottom left-hand side of the screen. Let's get to fishing.
Starting out with the slow motion on the DJI Action 6, I think it looks so good. And especially nowadays with the AI assist of most editing programs, you really can't go wrong. And honestly, I don't need much more than 240 frames per second in 1080p.
You gotta be kidding me. If I put a hook on that, would it actually count? Stupid. But anyways, way too windy down here with the no break wall. So we're gonna switch spots. We're gonna head back towards Cleveland, towards the break wall, and see if that helps. Maybe this shows a little bit of dynamic range of the D-Log M on the Action 6, but we're gonna go over that in a little bit. But while I fish this new spot, I want to talk about my absolute favorite feature on the DJI Action 6, and that is the ability to shoot in open gate, or what DJI calls custom mode. Now, custom mode or shooting in open gate just gives you the ability to shoot the entire sensor if you're not familiar. And what you can do with that is you can later crop in post. So right now I'm shooting the square sensor on the DJI Action 6. That's why it looks like a square, and you can zoom in or crop in like this. Now I am shooting horizontal. Now where that can really help you out is that if you don't want to take a ton of time to set up your shots, if you're not like a cinematographer or somebody who wants to spend all day, or if you're shooting a lot of action stuff and you don't get the shot perfectly, well, you can adjust your framing as long as it's within that square sensor. You'll have no problem lining up the shot how you intended or what looks best. And then another great thing is if you're someone like me and you like to post vertical style video on YouTube Shorts, TikTok, or Instagram Reels, well then you can also crop vertically without losing any image quality like this. Now I'm shooting a vertical style video and I haven't changed anything, haven't even stopped talking, and I have all of that footage that I can also use horizontally or vertically depending on what platform I'm putting it on. It really is a feature that every camera should have, and I know some people think it's overrated, but honestly, if you're shooting on social media as well as long form video like this, it's one of the best tools that you can have built into your camera. I don't know if there's any fish. All right, try not to be too loud because there are other fishermen here, and I just think people hate when you're talking while fishing. But my next favorite feature of the DJI Action 6 of the last 6 months has definitely been D-Log M. And instead of talking a ton about it, I just want to show you kind of the capabilities of D-Log when it comes to color grading and having a high dynamic range in your image. So here's some shots using D-Log M. That's Roush in the middle of the frame here. Oh, I get him. I think I got him. Start recording. Oh no, is he off? How did I drop him? All right, now let's talk about shooting in 8K on the DJI Action 6. It's not something I do a lot because it does use a ton of data, but instead of just talking in 8K, I'm gonna show you guys a bunch of B-roll shot in 8K, and you can let me know in the comments what you think of the footage compared to 4K. Is it even useful? My main thing is, if you wanna shoot in 8K, the best thing for it is the ability to crop in compared to 4K, so you still have very good image quality. A little side quest here. We're gonna go help out Julie's best friend, Gabby. She is awesome. And she accidentally sent a package here to Cleveland where she no longer lives. So we're gonna try to go to her old place and get that package for her so she doesn't have to, I guess, cancel it or what have you. But we're gonna do that. Should be pretty simple. Hopefully they don't give us too hard of a time about attempting to take this package for her. So let's head down there really quick. All right, we're in Playhouse Square. This is where the package is. Don't know the exact apartments, but we're gonna find that. Oh, there it is. Huron Square Apartments, that's where we're headed. Access granted. All right. Package secured. Oh. Package secured. That lady was super nice. Very nice lady. If you want to live here at the Huron Square, might be a nice place to live. Not really sure, but the lady here is super nice. So they've got that going for them. Didn't catch her name, but awesome lady, all in all. All right, onwards and upwards. I think they got me locked in. It shifts so much. Right. Yeah. Yeah, but I like the look of these ones. Right. Take it easy. Goes right to shirtless. Love that. Well, you're right to shirtless. Love that. That's Cleveland for you. Great conversation about a pickup truck, and then he goes right to shirtless. Love that. This city, man, is crazy sometimes. Nice guy, but, you know, I don't know. It's not that hot out either, you know. It's like 75. He's in the shade. Whatever. All right. What should we talk about next? All right, so that brings up a pretty important point when it comes to the DJI Action 6, and that's that you can just bring it everywhere. And when you have a camera with you everywhere, you know, you'll get these spontaneous moments where you're meeting interesting people, nice, super cool people that just want to have a conversation, and you can catch that on film. You can put it in your videos. All right, I haven't given up on the dream yet of catching a fish for the day. For this video, at least. We just moved a little bit different locations. Now, one of the things I want to talk about with the DJI Action 6 that kind of gets missed a lot of times is the variable aperture in this lens. Now, everybody wants to talk about the f2 and the ability to shoot pretty good in low light, but you know, I don't shoot a ton in low light, honestly. I don't even really stay awake past 9:30 most nights. So it's not really a thing for me. But the great thing about it is the ability to shoot from f2 all the way up to f4. Why does f4 matter? Well, on super bright days like this, when you forget your lens filter at home, the f4 just closes down your aperture a lot so you can still maintain getting natural cinematic style looking image. And that's super important, especially for me, because I don't like to bring a ton of accessories around. So when I'm shooting in f4, I can kind of close down the aperture, darken the image a little bit so that my shutter speed doesn't have to take a hit in order to maintain proper exposure. Now that's might be a lot if, you know, in as far as technical terms, but Just know that the ability to go from f2 to f4 is really great when it comes to exposure, maintaining proper exposure to get quality looking video. Now let's catch a fish. Now, along with the photo features being great, video features also really good. Nothing new here. It does have time-lapse mode built in, and you can shoot that in 4K and it turns out looking really good. I'm gonna shoot one really quick just because I think it's cool out here, and man, the waves are crazy over here actually. Look at this. I'm gonna lose my hat. All right, not gonna be any fish today. It's just way too windy. All right, we're gonna take a little break from fishing and go and get some lunch and a little drink here since it's getting very hot out. Right now I am just holding the DJI Action 6 and I have the macro lens paired and I'm in the portrait mode, so there should be a little bit of background blur, obviously not as much as a mirrorless camera, but there should be a little bit of background blur. And hey Roush! And here is it with it open, wide open for say mountain mode, or where everything is in focus compared to portrait mode. So here's portrait mode again, and let me know if you can really tell the difference in the background between portrait mode and mountain mode, and it should just make me pop and be a little bit more in focus. And the range for this is about a foot away, so pretty comfortable to hold the camera since it's so small and vlog or what have you while shooting in this mode. All right, so I just got done with lunch and I'm gonna be heading back now, but I wanna go over a little bit more of this macro lens on the DJI Action 6 because it is my absolute favorite accessory for the Action 6, and it's a game changer in my opinion. Now, I am currently in portrait mode, so the background should be a little bit out of focus compared to my face, and the range on this is right around 12 inches or a foot distance for focus range. So you don't really want to go too far outside or up close in from that distance, but in my opinion, it's the perfect distance for vlogging. It's very comfortable, and with the size and weight of the Action 6, you could really hold this camera like this all day long, and that's why I think it honestly is kind of like an underrated vlogging camera. If I were like an everyday vlogger, this is definitely a camera that would be on my radar, especially with this macro lens, because I think it does do a pretty decent job of, you know, giving you the ability to get that depth of field with me being in focus and the background being out of focus somewhat. But mainly it is a great little lens when it comes to shooting macro shots. You can get within about 2.5 inches of in focus when you have it in the macro setting. And while you're shooting in f4, I must say, because some people leave their camera in the aperture of f2 and you don't have as short of a focus distance when you're in f2. You do need to close down the lens a little bit and put it into f4 in order to get that 2.5 inch range. But that's just something to mention. But I think it's just such a great little lens, and it gives you a lot more usability with the DJI Action 6 in general. And honestly, this macro lens hardly ever leaves my camera. For the most part, I always have it on there, unless I'm going to dunk the camera in water for some reason, or maybe go like, you know, around water, or I'm afraid of dropping the camera and it getting wet, because it does completely remove the waterproofness from the Action 6, so that's something to keep in mind. But I'm headed back home now, and I do want to cover some of the things that I thought were shortcomings with this camera. And if you're somebody in the market, I think it's so important to know some of the red flags with the DJI Action 6. All right, so while the DJI Action 6 is currently my favorite camera to use, it's not the perfect camera, and it does have some downsides. First and foremost, when it comes to slow motion compared to the new GoPro Mission series, it only shoots 1080p at 240 frames per second or 4K 120. So if you need higher frame rates or you want better slow motion, the GoPro might be a better option, even though it is a much more expensive camera than the DJI Action 6. Next, that 8K is only in default mode. You can't use that while shooting in open gate. I'm not sure if that's something that they will change in a future firmware upgrade, but as of right now, 8K, you have to be in default mode, which kind of stinks because that open gate or custom mode is an absolute game changer. So it would be nice to be able to shoot 8K in that format. But pretty much though, that is about it. That's really my only gripes with the Action 6 after using it for 6 months. It's really been my favorite camera. I take it with me absolutely everywhere. I'm doing a photo series on my Instagram with it because I do like the images that come out of the Action 6, especially with those filters that are built into the camera. I think they did a really good job with a lot of aspects of the Action 6, and it's honestly the first camera in a long time that I really don't think I need to upgrade. And even if the Action 7 has some features that are better than the Action 6, I think this is a camera I'm just gonna always hold on to for B-roll because it's just that good. So to answer my question from the beginning of this video, after 6 months, would I still buy this camera? And my answer is absolutely. It's, in my opinion, for the price point and value, the best action camera that you can currently buy. Those Mission series are, in my opinion, way overpriced for what they do. They have a little bit better sensor, but if you look at other people's videos on comparing those two, it honestly doesn't look that much better, even in low light. So I think the biggest takeaway with the Action 6 over the past 6 months is that you don't always need the latest and greatest. Sometimes what you have is just good enough. If you made it this far and you have the Action 6 or want to get the Action 6, check out my LUTs and also my lens caps for the DJI macro lens in the description below. I'll have all of that stuff linked for you guys. Subscribe to the channel here. I'll see you on the next one. What do you say, Pitts? All right, you're comfy. Good.